The DNO is the distribution network operator. So they're the company that own the cable between your house and the transmission network. So they own all the little substations around that are getting the electricity to our houses. So in our area where we're working, the DNOs are typically Scottish Power Energy Network from like Berwick North, and then Northern Power Grid from south of Berwick. You generally do need permission from the DNO, but that's something that we take care of as part of the process. So other than signing a couple of documents, there's not very much that you need to do for it. There are different levels of permission. If your system is less than 3.68 kilowatt peak, then you can just install it, and we just notify the DNO afterwards that we've done so, and that's something called a G98. A G99, the next one up, is where the system is bigger than 3.68 kilowatts, which is most of ours are. And in that case, we have to apply for permission to export that power to the grid. The worst case scenario is that the DNO come back and say, no, you can only have your 3.68 kilowatts. And what we do in that scenario is we go into a process called G100, the next one up, where we put an export limitation scheme on your house. So that just means that in the case that your house was not using any power at all, and your solar panels are generating more than 3.68 kilowatts, and your battery's full, then the system will turn down to not send more than 3.68 kilowatts to the grid. In practice, the energy you actually lose from that is really quite small, so it's quite a low risk to take. So we tend to proceed with projects, G99 projects, knowing that the worst case scenario is if the G99 is rejected, we go back and do a G100 export limitation scheme. In conclusion, not very much to worry about. We'll sort it out for you, but it is a paperwork process that we need to go through to make sure the DNO are aware of what's happening. So if we go for a G99 or G100, there is a fee for that the DNOs charge us and that we pass on. So you'll see that as one of the items on the quote. And one of the options we've got is if the panels we can get on the roof are only just a little bit over 3.68 kilowatts, we can actually put a smaller inverter and avoid the fee and save a little bit of cost there. So sometimes we'll do maybe 4.2 kilowatts on the roof and do a 3.68 kilowatt inverter to save that fee and a little bit of cost, which tends to not make much difference again to the overall output of the system over the year.